Somewhere beneath the streets of modern London, beneath the offices and the coffee shops and the underground, there is a layer of ash. Archaeologists have found it, a thick band of burned debris, scorched pottery, melted glass. The city that stood there was burned to the ground nearly 2,000 years ago, by one woman. Her name was Boudica, and Rome, the most powerful empire on earth, came closer to losing Britain because of her than at almost any other point in 4 centuries of occupation. She was queen of the Iceni, a Celtic tribe in what is now East Anglia. Her husband, Prasutagus, had made an arrangement with Rome, a careful, pragmatic deal. When he died, his kingdom would be split, half to his daughters, half to the emperor. A compromise, a peace offering. He thought it would protect his family. When Prasutagus died, Rome ignored the will entirely. Roman officers seized the kingdom, plundered the nobles' estates, treated the Iceni chieftains like slaves. And then, according to the Roman historian Tacitus, they publicly flogged Boudica, the queen of a sovereign people, in front of her own tribe. Rome had miscalculated badly. She raised an army. Not just the Iceni, neighboring tribes flooded in, years of Roman taxation and brutality finding their release. The Roman governor Suetonius was away in Wales, crushing a Druid stronghold on the island of Mona. The timing was perfect. First, Camulodunum, modern Colchester, the Roman provincial capital, burned to the ground. The Roman 9th Legion marched to relieve it. Boudica's army destroyed it. Word reached Suetonius. He force-marched his troops south and arrived at Londinium, London, before Boudica did. He looked at his numbers. He looked at what was coming, and he made a brutal calculation. He abandoned the city, told the population to flee if they wanted to live. Those who couldn't, or wouldn't, stayed behind. Boudica burned London to the ash that still sits beneath your feet today. Then Verulamium, modern St. Albans, burned. 3 Roman cities, 1 Roman legion destroyed, 70,000 dead. In Rome, the Emperor Nero was so alarmed he considered abandoning Britain entirely. Then came the final battle. Suetonius chose his ground carefully. A narrow pass, forest at his back, open plain ahead where numbers wouldn't matter. Boudica's army vastly outnumbered the Romans, but her people had made one fatal mistake. They had brought their families to watch the victory. Wagons and carts ringed the battlefield at the rear. When the Roman line held, and then pushed forward, there was nowhere to run. What happened to Boudica after, the ancient sources disagree on. Tacitus says she poisoned herself rather than be taken. Cassius Dio says she fell ill and died. No one knows where she is buried. But she is still there, in bronze, on the banks of the Thames, her chariot raised, her arms stretched forward, within sight of the Houses of Parliament. The woman who burned the city that would become London, watching over it still. Subscribe to Live Once, Die Famous so you never miss a story like this. Like the video and hit the bell, because unlike Suetonius, we're not abandoning you. Drop a name in the comments. Who should we cover next? One life, one story, history.